We continue now today's game day game plan. The Patriots getting set for the Jaguars. We take you to Foxborough now. Here's Rob Gronkowski.
I mean, you can take a little bit. I mean, it's not like you're going to say, oh, you got it down. We faced some training camp. No, not at all. I mean, that was 4 and 5 months ago. You can take a little bit. You can go back, see a couple of the matchups. But I mean, it's a whole season that already went by. So you can go back, watch a little bit, but definitely take a little bit out of it. But I wouldn't say you're going to be super complete watching that, but you can definitely pick up some things.
Well, there you go, Rob Gronkowski. And I asked Bill, I asked you this earlier this week, something about, what is the key, or how do you said Gronkowski is the key, period.
There's no question about that. Gronkowski is the key to their offense. If you stop him, you don't make them play quite left-handed, but you take a big portion of the offense away. The other thing is that when Gronkowski is down the field, Tom likes to see him open. And so you got to make sure that Tom sees a contested throw when he's going down the field, which means that you have to double him. And you have to impede his release off the line of scrimmage. Against Pittsburgh on the crossing route that essentially won the game, he was in a wing position. So you could have chipped him. You could have put a linebacker over him to impede the release. Instead, he got a free release. He was man-to-man with a very good safety. He won the battle by about 2 yards, and it picked up an incredible amount of yardage, which put them in a 1st and goal. They flanked him, where they always do. They one-on-one'd him out there with the safety. He ran the outside fade. Game over. Now we're playing in Foxborough instead of playing in Pittsburgh. So the bottom line is, he's the key. You have to stop him, and you probably got to double him in virtually every situation, including when he's flanked and when they're empty. The bottom line here is that from a personnel standpoint, the Jaguars have people who can at least battle him. In Telvin Smith and in Miles Jack, they have people who certainly can run with him and who can battle him. They have big safeties who can battle him down the field, and they have 2 corners who can cover the other 2 wide receivers one-on-one. So you've got a chance with the personnel construct that they have to make sure that he doesn't get free releases and he's got somebody over the top of him all the time.
A couple things what Gronk said. One, it's not scheme doesn't matter because Patriots, they basically morph every week. It's more about personnel. It's the personnel. Those are things you can kind of take away. How this guy plays, leverage one way or the other. What is physically, what can this guy do? I think that's more of with the joint practice in training camp, how both teams can utilize that. But to piggyback off of what Bill was saying in regards to Gronk, you have to be physical with a guy like that. This game is really going to come, Steve Young said, this game is going to come down to between the numbers. Jacksonville has probably the best tandem of corners in the National Football League. This game is going to be won in between the numbers, and if you're Jacksonville, you have to flood that area of the field, be physical, get after Gronk. The backs in the passing game is going to be key, but that, to me, is where the game is going to be won.
Well, and if they do that, Bill, we'll have a ball game.
Yeah, think about where they make their money, New England. Fades on the goal line, crossing routes in the middle of the field, and check downs to the running backs. That's where they make their money. That's the balance of the offense. And, of course, the seam routes to Gronk. So that's 4 that you have to take away. 3 you can take away basically by scheme, and then you got to win the battle against Gronk.
Press coverage now, Dan, from our ESPN Jaguars reporter Mike DeRocco. Jaguars defensive end Calais Campbell on playing the Patriots in New England. To be the best, you've got to beat the best. I can't wait to get out there and try. Really, that's about as good an attitude as you can have. He's right. He's going to get the chance come Sunday.